542 days. That is exactly how long we've now been building our AI agency for. And today I'm going to be revealing everything that we've learned. So in this video, I do want to walk you through what has happened over the last 542 days with our agency, the successes we've seen and the failures we've had too. And hopefully this video will help you actually make a decision on whether building an AI agency is the right thing to do in 2024. So let's go back in time. Let's go back to day one of the agency. Our agency is called Unorthodox. And when we first started out, we was kind of in a position where we didn't really know what we was offering or what we really wanted to focus on. Unorthodox originally was all about helping businesses step into the Web3 space and start to use crypto and NFTs as a new form of way of engaging with clients and engaging with customers. You know, Gymshark doing a loyalty program through Web3, that kind of thing. And our thought process was that with Web3 and AI looming, there was going to be this huge new tech revolution that we saw where there was going to be all these different opportunities of all these businesses scrambling to get involved with these different parts. We knew about AI, we saw it there, and obviously we used ChatGPT and was like, fuck, this is cool, but we had no idea actually how to use it. So did we know anything about AI? No, we didn't. We had no clue. But my background has been in business. You know, I've been building businesses online for 7 odd years now, so a very long time, and I've seen lots of different success in different places. So bringing that experience, I didn't have to know and completely understand AI before I jumped in and started to sell it, because I knew that actually business is all about sales, it's about understanding your client. So I didn't really need to know how to code myself. So we originally went into this thinking, okay, we are going to be consultants / agency where not only can we step in and actually consult and give strategic direction for these business owners that want to start using AI, but we can also do the implementation and the builds for them as well. From day one, we set up a website. We filled it with very broad content in terms of what we did and who we were, mainly talking about, you know, how we teach you how to start using AI and how we could find different opportunities in their business. And we started reaching out to clients. Now, we started at zero. We didn't have any clients from the Web3 space that we could bring over. We literally had to start fresh. And at this point, I wasn't even talking about AI on YouTube, so we weren't even generating any clients through our content. We had to start, just like everyone else, with cold email outreach and also reaching out manually to people inside of our network that we knew we had a direct in on, which is obviously the warm outreach stuff. So we wanted to start having conversations with these clients, and we wanted to just get to know them and find out what systems they were using and whether or not there were potentially AI solutions that could step in and do all the heavy lifting. So with all this going on, it actually took us around 2 months to land our first AI client inside of the agency. This project was small. It wasn't simple by any means, because this was obviously our first client when it comes to working with AI and on AI. So it was completely new to us, and we definitely didn't charge a lot because we were learning on the job. We used this as an opportunity to kind of collect data and start to understand just the general space of AI and what is actually possible. But it was a great opportunity for us to actually work with this business and move forward with them. Now, this business ended up being a media company that came through my warm outreach inside of my own network. So I knew the guy that was head of sales there, and he introduced us to the business where they needed some of the support on some of the campaigns that they were running for their clients. Now, obviously, we didn't know about the different tech. We didn't know how to code. We didn't know any of this stuff, but we knew a good amount about these different no-code solutions that existed. We knew the power of chatbots. We knew the power of automations because it's something that we had done before. So we used that as our first point of call when it came to offering these solutions out to see how we could automate different processes or maybe use chatbots to help in different elements of this partner and of this client that we had just landed. What we really doubled down on and focused on though was identifying the sort of questions that we needed to ask and the sort of answers we wanted to get out of clients that would then allow us to actually put these solutions together. When it comes to starting your own agency, it's not all about understanding every single solution. You're actually much better off just becoming an expert at asking the right questions, because it's the only way you're going to learn. And then from there, like I said, we started off with simple automations, simple chatbots. We gave away chatbots as lead magnets to try and get more clients. And we would work all day long doing the hard work, doing the outreach, reaching out manually through our warm network, doing everything that most people don't want to do when it comes to building an agency. And that's why they don't see any results. So we had this one client, took us a couple of months to get, but from there we doubled down, we did more outreach, we reached out to our warm network. We just kept trying to prioritize having conversations with business owners to see if this was something that we could actually do and actually sell on to more people. Obviously, this is completely new. Like, this is a fresh landscape at the time. There's not really any other agencies going out there doing this. And with this in mind, we knew that we couldn't just keep taking money from the business. We had to pour everything back in. We had to sacrifice an income from this agency to ensure that whenever we needed to hire in team members or whenever we needed to become an expert at something else, we could bring in a team. We could go out and pay someone who knew something about something that we didn't know, who could then teach us. So we sacrificed that income and we didn't take a penny from the business because we knew that we needed to be agile and move quickly. So look, fast forward 6 months, we had landed a few clients. This big media company turned out to be a pretty big client of ours and ended up giving us a lot of work. Sadly, at this time, we was going through a bit of a transition. As a business, you grow, and usually team members that you grow with often leave you at certain points. So we actually ended up losing an equity share partner inside of the business at this point, and they actually left to go and do their own thing. So it wasn't looking too good. There was a lot of ups and downs at this point. We was like, oh God, we're 6 months in, we've got this big client, we've got a couple of other clients here and there, just through outreach and determination and just hard work really. But it was starting to look pretty bleak. It was starting to look scary. It was like, oh, we just lost this person. Now what do we do? And you got to think about it. There was 3 partners at this point that were all taking an equal share from the business. And we didn't have volume of clients. We really did just have a small amount. And what ended up happening was we saw the opportunity in this media company and ended up going all in on partnering with that one business. So it ended up slowing everything down. You know, some of the clients that we initially landed that we didn't charge a lot for moved on, we've done the project, but we didn't necessarily go out there and keep landing more clients. We decided to look inwards and start really focusing around this bigger opportunity that we saw that had been building up for a couple of months at this point. It hadn't necessarily been paying us a lot of money, but we saw the opportunity there because of the brands that they were working with. So we had this bit of turmoil at 6 months, and yes, there was lots of ups and downs, but we knew that we needed to pay it more attention, otherwise it was just never going to work. We needed to build systems around this one client. We needed to understand exactly how we can smash out delivery for every single project that they bring us so that we could remain deeply embedded in their business. And what started to happen over the next few months is as we really started to hyper focus on this one opportunity and pay it all of the attention, we started to see good results coming from this partnership. Now, obviously this is a massive risk, but they were actually feeding us clients every single week. And from there, we'd then reinvest all of that money that we would make back into building up our team. And this is where we really started to see what else we could be offering them with AI. This is where we really uncovered exactly what was going on in their business, what problems they were facing, what their clients were having problems with, and where we could really start to see value. Did we grow as fast as we could in that first year? Absolutely not, but we learned so much, and we learned the power of focusing on one thing and executing it at a high level. That happened probably for another 4 to 6 months. We just looked inwards, was working with that partner. We'd pick up a couple of projects here and there, but really we were just trying to better understand the AI landscape so that we could actually start to build this offer of ours that we could then take out to the wider market. So at this point, we started to pick up a few more clients. We were working obviously with this partner, but we had also turned back on our cold outreach. So we ended up booking a ton of calls through our outbound and LinkedIn. But the only reason why this outbound really started to work for us was because we understood what we was offering and the types of clients we wanted to work with. Now at the start, you're gonna go very, very broad, and that's exactly what we did, but it becomes very powerful once you really, again, hyper focus and target down on specific niches and specific offers and specific solutions that you're gonna go out there and sell. And this is kind of where we was getting to at this point, where everything was starting to make sense. We had proof points, we had validation, we had case studies, and we'd been working with this partner and with this client, so we knew exactly what language we needed to use. So LinkedIn and outbound on email was really starting to pay off. Now, this was a time when I also started documenting the process here on this YouTube channel. And as you can imagine, like creating content for a YouTube channel, a lot of people sit there and think, oh, it must be so easy to get clients and land work when you're just creating videos on YouTube. This is a full-time job. This took all of my time away from the agency. And if I didn't have my business partner, Mark, in place, managing the team that we had built and the clients that we had, it would be impossible. So shout out to you, Mark. I know you're watching this video, but he is the only reason why Unorthodox was a success at this point, because I was focusing on creating content and seeing if we could use YouTube as a platform where we could then drive more leads to the agency. And obviously this started to work. There was no one else really talking about it on YouTube. So we started to get clients coming through the different tutorial videos that we were creating. But the only problem with this was because we were blowing up so quickly on the videos, and because so many people were interested about AI, there was such a broad spectrum of business owners and tire kickers that were just constantly wasting our time. The quality of leads that we were generating from YouTube at the start were very, very low. So huge amounts of my time were then spent on sales calls with time wasters and people that were just trying to get information out of us to see how they could build their own AI agency. And we were also at a point where the clients that we were working with were mainly in the kind of sales space. We were helping them with sales processes. And then now we were getting clients coming to us with a range of different problems, some that we hadn't even seen before. So there was another massive learning curve for us there. So at this point, we're running the YouTube channel, we're working with partners, and we are doing cold outreach, landing specific clients that we knew we could help. So what else did we do? Well, we started to realize how powerful building these different partnerships with our media client and different agencies were. And we started to get other agencies coming to us through YouTube, asking if we could help teach them what they could be selling to their clients, and even white labeling our services where we do the delivery for them. So we had another massive opportunity to build these client acquisition partnerships with these different business owners. And this is what we did for a very long time. We worked across a ton of different projects with a ton of different clients, and we learned all these weird and wonderful solutions that existed. We became experts at these no-code solutions. We hired in team that would do all of these different things as well. And we got to 50K per month pretty quickly with this. Now there's one problem. Although 50K per month sounds amazing and everyone's like, oh, I wish I could get there, there was an issue. So much work was being spent on delivering for these clients and working on all these different projects. We had no repeatable frameworks. We were working with law firms, dental practices, agencies, info product guys, consultants, gym owners. Like, it was too broad. It was way too messy. So what we needed to do was, if my time's being spent on YouTube and Mark's time is being spent on managing the team and looking after the partners, we needed to find a way to condense our service delivery. We needed to find a way to productize everything essentially and start to systemize delivery around the different solutions that we offer. Now at this point, we're still not taking an income from the business because we're funneling all of this income back into team, back into marketing, back into software. But at this point, we really knew that to scale and take our agency past 50,000 per month, we needed to come up with a solution where we sell one thing to one type of person and we do it very, very well. If you are going out there and you're offering 20 different solutions to 20 different avatar of client, your marketing is going to be hard, everything is going to be messy, your service delivery is going to be messy, and you will get burnt out. So do not listen to people out there saying, go and just sell as much as you can. That is the stupid way of doing it over the long term. You will have to go through the process and you will end up doing it. But as soon as you find an opportunity where you can find your perfect type of client that you want to work with, find the type of solutions that you're an expert in delivering, and find something that you actually genuinely know a lot about and actually care about, that is where you're going to make your real money. And that is where you're going to be able to go past the $50,000 per month mark. So right now, we're at a point where we now have a very low ticket offer that then upsells into a high ticket done for you offer inside of our agency. So we're kind of running this hybrid model that allows me to focus on creating content on YouTube, that allows Mark time to manage and build relationships with the clients that we have. And it also allows us to have a framework for a team that just turns up every single day and knows exactly what they're delivering over and over and over again. There's no variations, there's no random projects that come in, there's no different scope of works that end up just hitting us in the face and we're left there twiddling our thumbs trying to figure out what to do. And this is only done with a productized and a systemized service. You look at any big agency owner right now, they're making their money because they sell one thing and they do it very, very well. Yes, it's boring, but it works. They know exactly who they sell it to, they know exactly what to do, and they know exactly how much to charge and how much value it actually brings their clients. So look, that is what's happened over the last 500 odd days. So what do the next 500 days look like for us at Unorthodox? Well, this is where we're going to be aggressively scaling that one offer that we've now built. And we're going to be doing this with cold outreach, content on YouTube, building more partnerships with other agencies and other media companies and other business owners that have their own network of clients. And this will be our route to $200,000 to $300,000 per month. Now, I'm not sat here going, I'm going to speak this into existence because hopefully it happens. Like, I'm genuinely very confident in this because it just makes sense logically. Running an agency isn't about guessing. It's about trying to identify what to do on the data that you've collected. And in order to collect that data, you have to spend time in the market and you have to have failures and you have to go through the processes. You also have to be very comfortable not taking an income. I see it all the time. So many agency owners, especially here in Dubai, they'll get to 20K per month And they'll go and start buying the watches. They'll go and start blowing the money. They'll go and rent the Lamborghinis. And the reality is, are you trying to be an agency owner because you want to be like Imam Gadzi and wearing the new money clothes and the fancy loafers and the nice watches? Or are you actually trying to build a business? You need to make that hard decision. And usually when you're building a business, you don't take any money from the business for like the first year and a half. That's just the way it is. So you have to be comfortable doing that. And you also have to be comfortable doing the hard work over and over again and over everything else as well. There's gonna be so many distractions that just constantly hit you on a day-to-day basis, and you have to be able to overcome them distractions and just focus on doing the hard work, like outreach, like client acquisition, like building a team and training a team, like reworking your offer 100 times. And you have to be patient. This is a process that's gonna take a while. One of the biggest things that I found was you have to ignore the noise. You have to just listen to one source. If you're listening to 20 different people talking about their different agencies, this person's agency is going to look very different to this person's agency. And this person's agency is going to look very different to my agency. No two journeys are the same in this agency space. And when you'll start to realize that, your path is going to look very, very different because you're going to have different opportunities and you're going to have different access to different people. You may be starting at absolute ground zero, but the business owner that you reach out to next week could end up providing you with 20 different clients himself. Or the client that you land next week could end up giving you the best case study of your life that you end up going into a weird niche that no one else is in. So there's no point copying anyone else. There's no point trying to follow what I'm doing. I can only tell you what's working for us, and then you have to apply that into your own business. Now, over the next few months, I'm going traveling a lot. And if you do want to keep up to date with those travels, make sure you follow my Instagram down below in the description. I will be running an agency overseas, living that nomad lifestyle that I've done before and I didn't really like. So get ready for that. But guys, if there's anything I can give you, it's building an agency is simple, but it's really not easy. When you're just getting started, there's one thing that you really need to pay attention to. It's building your offer. And this is probably the most important thing. But sadly, it's one of also the most hardest things to master. But luckily for you, I have put together a full video breaking down how you need to structure your offer to start seeing these crazy weeks, just like we are inside of our agency. And you can check that out here. So good luck, my friends. Enjoy.